Good evening, teammates. My name is Marshall Douglas from Lake City, Florida. I have a little over 35 years experience in team building. I've been with one marketplace, the anticipation of, and been building in anticipation of the launch for 18 months. Our team currently has hundreds of Smart Shoppers, Smart Shopper Pros, and we currently have two Smart Shopper Pros earning in excess of $5,000 a month. So proof of concept, it's on the way, and we're glad to be a part of it and hope you enjoy it as well. Our goal, and we challenge every Smart Shopper Pro to get their 10 before launch. In fact, we have a little Christmas promo we're considering. Get your 10 before Christmas. Make it a Merry Christmas, a special Christmas. Get your 10 Smart Shoppers invited before Christmas, before New Year's 1st, if you could, fall back before launch. We're early adapters, and everyone shops online. And the great advantage that we have, in my opinion, at One Marketplace, everybody's doing this. We don't know anyone that's not shopping online. There's the opening. There's the commonality. One Marketplace is simply a shopping portal that profit shares. And if they're not profit sharing on their online shopping, here's the opportunity of a lifetime, which makes us a startup. And we're fortunate to know about this before it really happens. A startup with low risk, high reward. We're the first movers. We're the early adapters. It's a pleasure to be on the team with you. And everyone on this call has basically, One Marketplace is a, we'd call it a 3-year retirement plan. If you get your 10 before launch, we're going to find people standing around the water cooler talking about this. So when was the best time to get started? When did you get started in One Marketplace? Assume this. Is it better to get started when One Marketplace has 4 products, 40 products, or 400 products, or 4,000 products? 3 guys stand around the water cooler. Guy number 1 says, "Gosh, guys, I'm only 6 months from hitting my retirement income. I got started in One Marketplace with 400 people." Next guy says, "Wow, I'm closer than that to retirement, and I got started, they only had 40 products." And the last guy says, "Well, guys, I hate to one up you, but they have 4 products when I got started. I've already hit my retirement number." Wow. So we all know this is smoothing out. This is going to be a smooth operation before launch. We know that they're working on the screen where we all can hit Free Shopper, Smart Shopper, Smart Shopper Pro. Some of us call that the 3 magic buttons, but from one screen, and we don't have to slide back and forth. This is going to be operating so smoothly by launch, it's unimaginable. I told a young man yesterday, this is going to be a smoother ride than a paid-for Cadillac. So would you please help us welcome the visionary CEO and founder of this company that made this opportunity possible, Mr. Mark Cforth.
Thank you, Marshall, for those kind words as always. And you know what? If you've never met Marshall, he is one of the neatest, smartest, kindest. And the other thing about Marshall is, man, can that guy build and recruit. So thank you very much again for those words. This is going to be a great call tonight. There's some really good things I'm going to be sharing with you. So I don't want to waste any time, but well, I have to waste a little time because I got to tell one quick story. Sometimes I like to tell a story before I get into the heart of the call, but it's a story worth hearing because, as most of you know, when I created PFPB, I got on that product and I've lost over 60 pounds, and it changed my life in so many ways. The way I feel, everything about my body. Like I said, I talked about my muscle tone, my skin itself, the elasticity of my skin, my cognitive functions, my digestive systems. Everything just started just working at this unbelievable level. And it was a combination, of course, of PFPB and the acai, because all of a sudden all my pains and things, started being less and less and less. And that's important as you get older. So here's the story. This was all wonderful. And then I go to Europe, right? I go to Europe for 2 months. And because my wife had every luggage packed to the hilt and we couldn't get any more on, I had to leave my products behind. I think, okay, well, it's okay. I'll take a little break. Not going to hurt me. Short period of time, right? And then as soon as I get back, I'll jump back on the product. Well, here's what happened. In 2 months, my body felt like it was falling apart. And one of the things that happened during that time is that I got to the point where I couldn't even walk. I mean, I literally could not walk. I was just having these unbelievable back spasms. And I'd been told about a year ago, maybe even a little more than a year ago, that I needed a new hip. Okay. But when I got on the PFPB and the acai, all that went away. I just didn't have the hip problem. So I said, okay, it looks like whatever it was minor, no big deal. So I'm in Europe, can't walk. I come home and I go, okay. I told my wife, I said, you got to get me into a cardiologist. I'm not a cardiologist. You got to get me into an orthopedic surgeon right away because this hip is gone, evidently. Come back, get back on my PFPB. Obviously, right here, my PFPB. Okay. I get back on my acai. I'm doing these two things, right? For 1 month, I've been back on them. Guess what happened? My hip stopped hurting. All of a sudden, I'm walking again. And I've got an appointment now in about a week because it took a month to get an appointment, right, with this surgeon. And I'm thinking, well, why am I even going? Because now that I'm back on the product, all the pain is gone. I mean, can you imagine going from you can barely walk? I mean, literally, my daughter was laughing at me because I would walk about a block. And this is in Italy. I'd walk about a block and I'd stop and have to lean up against a post or something. She'd start, Dad, what's wrong? And I'd say, my back's locked up. My back's locked up. I can't move. Well, this went on the whole trip. So I come back here and now I'm back on the product. I'm going, oh my gosh, I feel phenomenal again. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you this much. As excited as I am about One Marketplace and where we're going with this unbelievable shopping portal and the opportunity we have through connected marketing and how this thing's going to build on a global base, all those things are great. But I can tell you, we've got two products right now in Acai Plus and PFPB. You could literally build $100 million business around. They're just that good. So with that, let me get started. So I got a great presentation for you. So let me jump in. All right, let's go. Welcome to Cforth and One Marketplace. Again, two companies, one mission, one direction. And again, it's just getting better and better day after day. So on tonight's agenda, I'm going to talk about the loyalty bonus. It's live. So now you actually go into your back office. It's there. A lot of people are already earning pretty good loyalty bonus, which I didn't expect because that was really designed for the long term as I kind of grew this thing. But it's there. We'll go over that in a second. I'm going to go over real quickly again the rank up campaign because that's important. The most important thing I want to talk about is the time is now. And I'm going to share some really strong points of why that's so important and then my closing thoughts. So let's get started. Here's the loyalty bonus. It's in your back office, okay? This is the actual screenshot from somebody's back office, and it's showing them, how much cash they got left on their wallet right now and how much they got in smart dollars. Now, you notice they got more smart dollars than cash. Why? Well, because they took the cash, number one, but number two, they can't spend the smart dollars yet, so they're accruing. And what's great about this particular person, they're very young in the business. They've got 9 pods already. You can see that on the screen. But they're very young. I mean, obviously, they've only got maybe 1 ring in each one of their pods. Maybe a couple of the pods have a couple rings in them because it's early, right? They're just getting started. But they've set an unbelievable foundation for where they're going to be able to go in the coming years. Now, again, going back up top and looking at the loyalty bonus, you can already see like this month, they're earning $4.80 in their loyalty bonus. Well, the whole idea of that was to do nothing, right? You do nothing, you get paid. Well, that's what it's doing. So, for example, this person, it won't be long. It'll be covering their membership. Eventually, as time grows, it'll eventually get to that $100 a month. And that's pretty cool because that's every month for life for basically just being loyal to what we're doing here at One Marketplace. So that's already happening, even at an early stage. But I just wanted to share that with you. It's now one more feature that's now been loaded into your back office. So if you haven't seen it yet, go take a look. Some of you might have very little because you're just getting started. Some of you might have quite a bit because of where you're at. And that's what I'm talking about next. What we want to do to help everybody really, really grow. We're doing 2 things. One, the rank up. I mentioned this last week. Anybody that comes into the business right now and becomes a Smart Shopper Pro, if you do this, if you bring in 2 Smart Shoppers, I mean, they got to be not Smart Shoppers, Smart Shopper Pros. You bring in 2, you get 1 rank up. So let's say you're at silver. That means you're bronze, you go to silver. You're silver, you'll go to gold, right? 1 rank up. Now, if you get 4 Smart Shopper Pros, you jump 2 ranks. And remember, this isn't just about the recognition. You're actually going to earn the money in those pools because each pool has a block of money that goes in there every month. And so if you rank up 2 positions, you're now getting paid on not only all the ones you were before, but 2 more ranks that you're getting paid on. Now, this only lasts until we launch in February. And so when this thing launches in February, you go back to what your actual, what you really qualify for as far as in the various pools. But you will keep the rank forever. So you'll have the title, but you won't have the money unless you actually meet the rank. But you do get it between now and February. So that's 4 or 5 months of getting a nice extra bonus just by getting in and starting to set up some Smart Shopper Pros. Now, to do that, and I'll move on, but to do that, remember right now, you still have to go to Cforth to do it. Remember, you go into Cforth, you sign up, and for pro, you got to go in, sign up, you take a premier membership, whatever you want to do, and then you add the digital wellness pack, and you're now a pro. And obviously, what that does, it opens the doors for both companies, because when you become a Smart Shopper Pro, you get all the income that's in one marketplace, including when you qualify those performance pools, and you start earning all the money that you're entitled to in Cforth. So you're basically getting two companies, two income streams for the price of one membership. So that's pretty powerful, guys. Very powerful. Now, we are going to make it easy. 1 month from now or less, I don't know when that date's going to happen, all of a sudden you're going to see you can just go in and you can sign up from one marketplace, which was, everybody wants this. We know that. You'll be able to go in, sign up at one marketplace, and choose free shopper, Smart Shopper, Smart Shopper Pro. How easy is that going to be? And it's going to be nice because everybody wants that ease of entry. And then the person can go in, and if they decide they're going to do Smart Shopper Pro, again, they don't ever have to leave one marketplace. They'll be able to go in and decide what package they want. We'll have 4 or 5 packages, and we'll keep adding more and more bundles so a person can choose whatever thing they want. But again, the moment they've done that, they now have 2 companies, 2 income streams, and it doesn't matter which one you're working and building because you can get the benefit of both anyway. And that's the beauty of being a Smart Shopper Pro. Now, this is the most important thing I want to talk about tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of you have gotten excited and gotten involved in one marketplace. I think most of you understand that it's in beta, right? We're in a pre-launch right now. We're truly in a pre-launch. Not a launch, but a pre-launch. Well, the thing about a pre-launch is it means that all the features and all the things we're going to have in one marketplace won't exist until we reach that launch point, which, of course, one of the biggest things is shopping, right? Because that's what this is all about, is shopping. But here's my question to you. If you wait for the shopping, that's fine, and some of you might do that. Look what you lose, because what happens in any kind of an opportunity, particularly something like what we're doing, and more in particular for what we're doing here at One Marketplace, early positioning is everything. Everything. And so, these statements that are over here on the left, it says, stake your claim to the world's next great marketplace. True. Early position, endless possibility. True. Stake your claim, the clock is ticking. True. And that's what a lot of people do. They don't get it. They don't realize that, look, you can sit around like this next statement. You can kind of wait for the future, like to say, well, I'll wait till the shop and I'll watch the future as it happens. Or, and this is the difference between people that have an everyday life and an everyday, type of financial situation all their lives, and those that change things. You can own a piece of the future. And you can do it here now. Because again, if you look at these things, be first, be foundational, be rewarded. That's true. That's what you want to be. That's where you sit. Everybody sitting here right now is in a position to do something that you'll never be able to do again. I mean, this thing of right now, being able to set up community pods and putting in your smart shoppers right now is so critical to your success. I mean, you just have no idea. So one of the things you might want to do as you're talking to people about coming into one marketplace, but again, don't sell it on the idea of all this shopping, about being a smart shopper. Yes, that's what it's about, being a smart shopper. That's where we're going. But right now, the messaging that you should be sharing with everybody is get positioned. Get positioned early, because those that do, you prosper forever. It makes a major difference in what's going to happen. So think about this. Look at all these things, and the world will catch up, but you're already going to be here. Same for the people that you talk to. Before the crowd arrives, which they're coming. As a matter of fact, I can tell you right now, some of the biggest people in any kind of a marketing industries out there are looking at what we're doing at One Marketplace. But a lot of those people, because they're not inside like you are right now, they're probably going to wait until the launch. But guess what? Before the crowd arrives, that's where visionaries take their place. That's where you stand, ladies and gentlemen. You're the visionaries right now. You're at the forefront of everything we're going to do. And this foundational phase, like it says right there, this is where the fortunes are built. That's not a line. That's a fact. People that are in the foundational phase of a company is where the fortunes are always made, always, since the beginning of time. You sit there right now. So you've got this rare moment, and I'm going to end it with that. You've got this rare moment in time. Truthfully, a rare moment in time is going to create a lifetime of opportunity and income for you. So why would you wait? And why, when you talk to somebody, wouldn't you deliver that message to them? When you deliver this message, this is going to be one of the greatest shopping portals of all time. But right now, this thing is in pre-launch, in beta. What you want to do is be in here, get a position now. Because if you look at how this thing works, and I'm going to end it with that, on how these rings work and how this grows, the earlier that you start your pods, which is putting in a smart shopper, the more success you're going to have. And it's going to happen faster. So let's end with this. Right now, we've already filled, 10 rings, all right, from the time we started. Now, you got to put this in perspective now. 10 rings are filled. That means that this is probably working, right? Because if it wasn't duplicating, we wouldn't have filled the third, fourth, or fifth ring, the sixth ring, the seventh ring, the eighth ring, the ninth ring, the 10th ring. It wouldn't have worked, right? Because it didn't work. And remember, this is working without all the shopping, and it's still just in that preliminary pre-launch. And so that's what you want to take care of, take advantage of right now, is because right now that's what we're doing. We're filling the 11th ring. It's probably about half filled. It'll probably be filled very soon. So think about this from your perspective. If you're going to have community pods and you want to make the kind of income that you can make here from each pod that you start, wouldn't you want to have those pods starting as early as possible? I mean, wouldn't it be nice right now if we could just go back in time 1 or 2 months and you could have had all your pods, on the third or fourth ring? Just think about it. Just a couple months, you could have had all your pods on the third or fourth ring. What would that mean? That would mean if, let's say, for example, you'd already started 4 or 5, 10 pods on the fourth ring. Where would you be right now? You would have almost 6, 7 rings filled on each one of your community pods. I mean, the possibilities are unbelievable, and we're just getting started. But you also have to understand, and maybe some people have missed this, and they need to go back and look at the videos. Ladies and gentlemen, these rings, these community pods, they end after 30 rings. After 30 rings, there are no more community pods. All that happens after 30 rings is this is strictly a referral program. In other words, you can send somebody to, one marketplace to shop, and you will get a direct referral on those shoppers, and that's great. And guess what? When we get to the 30th ring, there'll be hundreds of millions of people that'll be doing that. They'll be glad just to get a referral just from one person going in there and shopping. But there won't be any more pods. And remember, the pods start to go down and down and down and down until eventually there are no more rings. So right now, you've got full rings. If you put in 100 pods, 100 smart shoppers right now, you're going to be paid on 11 rings on every one of those 100. You can't even fathom what that means in income. And again, if you do it now, I mean, great, wait till February or March. But the people that get this message tonight, I mean, they're going to go out and go crazy right now because they're going to realize, you know what? This really is about positioning right now. This is beta. This is pre-launch. This is getting a position. And what is the risk here? None. $15 and we give you 30. There's no risk to be a smart shop, or come in as a pro, be smart, get income in both places. And by the way, if you're a smart shopper pro, you do have products. You're earning money instantaneously as you're starting to earn money over here in your pods, but you've got yourself positioned and the people you're bringing in are positioned. So your goal and the goal of people that you talk to should be, look, this is pre-launch. Take advantage of it. You get to be positioned at a very, very early stage in one of these rings. Because remember, once they're gone, unlike network marketing where you can come in anytime, once these rings are gone, they're gone. They're gone. So again, if you understand what we're doing and what we're building here and what's going to happen, and remember, this thing hasn't opened up really much out the United States right now. But when we actually get it all built and the shopping portal's built and everything's in place and we launch this thing in February, we're going to announce this to the world. Now, by then, you're going to be wishing that you had about 100, pods sitting there ready to explode. And all you got to do is start sharing that message right now with anybody, because the people you share it with, if they understand, they're going to do the same thing you're doing. They're going to jump in here and they're going to get on the phone. They're going to call everybody they know, every friend, every contact, every relationship, and say, hey, look, you need to get in this now, not when it all of your life. It's beautiful. It's in pre-launch, but it's working. You can actually earn money right now. People are. I showed you guys some checks. People are getting 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 7,000 already, and we haven't even launched and we don't even have products for them. It's off the memberships and a little bit of the products that we have. Can you imagine even those people, what's going to happen when all of a sudden we have literally tens of thousands of products to shop from? And by the way, and I'll close with this. Next week, we're going to start sharing with you some of these vendors that are coming on board and who they are. Now, again, we're not going to open that shopping portal. We're probably going to get a couple of some of the unique suppliers to go ahead and open those doors during November and December, because we've got to get some other things finished first. January, we're going to start loading a lot of products. February, tons of products. And then we're never going to look back after that. But we're going to start showing you how many thousands and thousands and thousands of products are sitting there right now ready to go. So we're going to share that with you next week. Take advantage of that call next week. Take advantage of what I just shared with you tonight. Now, do not come back here next week going, man, I forgot to talk to somebody about being a smart shopper. If you're smart, you'll have 10 smart shoppers in this business by next week. And all you got to do, and I'm going to show that, is share this. If you do nothing else, copy this and send it to somebody and say, hey, Bill, Bob, Sue, watch the video, but read what's on the left, because that's where you're going to be if you decide to join one marketplace. And who wouldn't want to be in that kind of position with what we're building here? I mean, this is, guys, everything on there is a truth. Read it for yourself over and over again. It will motivate you. It will inspire you. And so with that, I'm going to say good night. God bless. I know I got excited. I probably ran a little over what I wanted to do, but there's just so much going on, so much happening. Next week, I'm going to start sharing more and more of the vendors with you. I get to see all that right now. And maybe that's unfair, the fact that I get to see all the vendors and all the excitement from these vendors that are coming on board and stuff, but I know it's coming. And right now, we know what we've got to do for you is finish up some tech things that we're doing very quickly, which is this ease of entry, these bundled packages for the pro. And then obviously we're going to be in an unbelievable place by the end of the year. So good night again. God bless. Ah, I love this business. I truly, truly love it. I hope you feel the same way. Good night, all.